Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. This is D.O.P. Hope you're doing very, very good. Alright, I know it's been a while, it's been a lot of days. Like, I took almost a month and days. I never posted any kind of tutorial, any lesson. I know you have a lot of questions in your mind, like how, what happened, where this guy, did he die? No, I'm alive and I'm good and health, but a little bit got this problem. Like, I have a lot of projects on desk. That's not a big issue. The big issue is I got a depression. I had a little bit of stress, something like that, mental problem, about that. But I'm thank God now I'm back on beauty, I'm back on desk, I'm back on YouTube, guys. I know you missed me a lot, and I'm telling you, always I'm coming with a good stuff. This is D.O.P. If you've never subscribed this channel, I beg do so. If you never click the bell button yet, click that thing, trust me. God bless you. And also today I'm with my student. As I always used to tell you guys, nowadays I'm coming with this type of tutorial that's I'm just doing things not myself, with the others, and they go ask me some questions and I'm going to explain about stuff, and maybe they present to you somehow. All right, now let's go to the tutorial. All right, today in this video, there's this type of video that I posted on YouTube or Instagram. If you go there, this composition of color level. Yeah, actually I've got a lot of comment. People want me to jump on YouTube and explain how exactly I did this, and I was like, okay, it's a good thing to me to share this thing that I've done for everyone, so I was like, let me come and share this thing, share this knowledge to you, how exactly I did. It has 1 2 3 4 5 6. It has 6 footage. If you never saw this type of video, go to my lesson video, you're going to see it. I just wrote color level up season 5 graded by D.O.P. All right, now let's go back to the Davinci. Hello everyone, are you good? Hello?
Yes,
yeah, we good.
Yes.
All right. It's nice to hear you. People are very, very, very excited also to hear you guys. All right, so right now we are about to jump in here and do the magic stuff. I'm going to explain them how exactly I did this type of color grading. So we're going to start. First of all, I'm going to bypass everything that I've done. I'm going to bypass this, and also I'm going to bypass this. All right, so about this grade, this was shot on a slow, it was shot on red camera. As you can see, the footage, as you can see like this, it was shot on red camera, right? So as we used to do, like we used to do, we're converting our footage for another color sciences. I used to do Alexa, but today we're gonna have a different thing. Like, mostly people using this way, and I found out it's really working nice. And one thing that I used to do and now I stopped to do is color management when it's coming to the tools to make them acting. Most of the time I use sRGB. Trust me, if you're going to use sRGB, which means these other tools, they're going to act like they're in Rec 79 room. But if you're going to put into some camera, specific camera, or as I did there, I use Davinci Wegament, which means other two, they're going to act as if they have a space for Davinci Wegament. You got my point there?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
So I think. Okay. All right. So now let's try. The first thing is our color management. As you can see, I just use this Davinci white gamut, and output is sRGB, right? So I'm going to start with the first thing that I did. The first thing that I did is I converted my footage into another color science. As you can see, I converted my footage into Davinci white gamut, and this is how it looked. This is before and this is after. This is Davinci white gamut, the way they look, and this is a normal the flood that we got from a camera, and this is Davinci white gamut. You can see nothing much change, just a little bit of a contrast. The reason why they act so, if you're going to see like that, you're going to ask yourself why it do like this, why it do like this. Let me show you. The first time that you do this, this is why I'm telling you to do this way is very, very good, more than to do like the way I did. Look at this. Let me show you something. Look at this. You see now, if I put this type of camera like red, and then I convert it to red like this, you can see the color is not putting us to the color, it doesn't give it us the output color, it's only give it us the gamma thing, you see, but the flat is still there. The reason why is because we manage the color management perfectly. But if I'm going to put sRGB here or Rec 79, you're going to see it's giving us some color. You see what's happening now? Can you see that? This is how it's happening. So, is everyone got me there? I want you to reply me if you see the screen. Everyone.
Yes.
You can see the screen, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So when I ask you a question, I want you to reply me so I can see that you guys still there. All right. So now you can see the color is coming up. But if we manage our color stances, like putting that Davinci white gamut, we're going to see the color is still flat, and that's how our node inside. That is how our node inside they're going to see this. They're going to see this video, like they're going to feel like that. So we got a very much loom. That's why there's sometimes I used to chat with AI, and one of the things that's explained to me is that when we color management like that, to clash the image, even though we're pushing our saturation too much, we're pushing the image too much, but to have the crash results is very, very difficult, because mostly the inside of color management is well protected, but output is giving you the result that you want it. But when you get something like this, even though we're going to convert it to the Davinci white gamut, actually we're going to convert it to the Davinci white gamut, but to get something that is very extra protected is difficult. You're easily going to crash your image. But when you manage perfectly, this is what I've got. Guys, we have a different mind, like everyone according to the way they understand, but to me, where I understand here is giving us extra protection, especially when you use Davinci white gamut. Maybe there are somehow other people they know much better, like the way I understood, but this is how we do. We just convert it to the red white gamut, but we still, as you can see, our image is still flat, is still looking like a flat, like desaturated, you can see like that, but only gamma are there because the output is never sorted yet. You got my point now. Everyone, if you have a question, you can ask me here because I'm keep going. Alright, so right now I'm going to select this one that I did, and then I'm going to my output.
I have a question.
All right.
Maybe because I was late, but I want to know. So that means if I do the color management without using the Rec 709, my picture is still gonna look flat.
Come again.
I want to know if I don't use the Rec 709 on the color management page, my picture is still going to look flat, because I saw that when the picture was flat, and when you enter, I don't know if it's on the output color space, and the picture changed, the picture was colorful. So I don't know why the picture turn from flat to colorful.
All right.
What did you do on the color management page?
All right. Let me go back a little bit. As you can see here, to to our color management, we got the timeline color space and output color space. You see, so this place here, timeline color space. When we say timeline color space, it means this place here, like the whole timeline, the things that is the inside. It's not outside. The thing that's the inside, which means our let's say like a room. We got a room. We have a room inside, and we got outside of a room. So everything inside of a room, if we putting into Davinci white gamut like this one, is going to be very protected because we are into Davinci white gamut space. We are into Davinci color space, you see. But if we were going to put Rex 79, which Rex 7 is output. Offense, Rex 7 is output. You can't do Rex 79 as input, you see. So if your image, like your Rex 79 is in input mode, which means your picture, it can be you can have a place to do your stuff, but extra protection, to me, I feel like you go have a very less of extra protection. You got my point? And this is why when I switch to sRGB is like a Rec 79. To me, I use sRGB because of my screen, the way output it give me, sRGB is give me a better result to me. But to you can use any Rec 79 that you want, like maybe Rec 79 Scene or Gamma 2.2, 2.4 or Rec 79A. But to me, I use sRGB. It's the same thing, but it different to the Gamma. So as you can see, I'm taking a bit of example. Let me bypass everything. If I'm going to take this node, you can see now when I put my color space in here, and then I put this information from the camera, like red, this one. This one was a shot with the with a red dragon, you see. So this is the red, you see. This is red informations. When I do so, you can see the image. It's only deal with the gamma. It's only give me the contrast, but the color is still flat, which means that our inputs, it has more room to play with. It's very extra protected. But if we were going to use like the way that I used before, because even me, I was doing like this. I put in my timeline color space, my output color space. You can see the beta is giving us that's output. It's already giving us a color as output, which is we need the input information, but it's giving us the color of output. You can even see here we are in input color space, input gamma, but we still we see the color already, which means the extra protection, I feel so, the extra protection is not there. And one thing that's I've been mentioned, like these tools is going to behave like they are in Rec 79 mode, but when you put into Davinci white gamut, they behave like they are in Davinci white gamut. You can see, you can get my point now, Boris.
Very well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, very well, thank you.
Okay, let me give you another example. You see now, if I just doing my just doing my global here, and I pull up my global. Oh, okay, let me give you another example. You can see how this thing is behave. Let's say like you see now, even here you see this place, like I already converted it to Davinci white gamut, and here I'm already converted to Davinci white gamut to sRGB output. And when I switch this, you're going to see it's extra exposing my image, you see. But when I just put in back the way it has to be, like the way it was before, you can see this exposure is changing. You see now it's cool off, it's balanced, not like before. Is it because this thing is behaving inside of Davinci white gamut, which is very extra protected, and that's why it never did so much. But when I use sRGB, you can see it's down too much there. You got it, Boris?
Yes, sir. Please, can I ask you another question? Just want to make sure that I understand what you are saying.
All right.
Okay, I want to know. So the input color space is the space between the IDT and ODT, or the whole node timeline?
Yeah, from color management, the color management, it's behave everything, the whole timeline to the color management.
Okay.
But according to the minority, the weather balance, the inputs, its inputs deal only with this place, but the outputs it's only deal with the outside nodes. Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Okay. Another thing that I did is I used I use codec, but this is one is different. Like I used to tell you guys, not often you have to make a rule, like you have to follow the rules. I know the rules say like sometimes you have to use Cinnamon film, sometimes you have to use that's Cinnamon film, mostly, not sometimes, mostly they tell you you have to use Cinnamon film if you want to use codec loops. But to me, I was like, I did everything balancing sRGB, but using Senior, they going to me to bring me back to where I did, and that is it's not what I wanted. So I use this one. This one is codec. This one is a neutral one, Rex 79 codec 2383 D60, because I wanted that neutral look. I used this, but what I did so far is I reduced the intensity 0.5. This is one of a technique that I done. Actually, it's not like I'm telling you to do so. You can have your own way. Sometimes I just use Cinnamon film like this place, like Cinnamon film. But for today, I just did this, and it got me a result that I wanted. All right, so here's I did the exposing. The image was a little bit dark. I wanted a very bright image. That's why I did so. I put 0.81, and yeah, I've got there. I was looking to my virtual scope. That's why I used to tell you guys, scopes is everything when it comes to the color grading. All right, another thing is I used to mention about this thing a lot. I use this curve. The reason why I do so is because I want my image to have a lot of information to the midtone. Let me tell you one thing, this guy. In videos, most of people, they fight with their clients when it comes to the exposing. You can even see, like, you see the picture is bright, but you are trying to, or used to tell you like, man, I feel like the image too dark, like people are too dark. You ask yourself, why this dark, but I can't see the dark. You are fighting with your clients. And trust me, if you want to be a better colorist, it's not like this one will give you a better colorist, no, but I mean, if you want to have a lot of projects, getting a lot of money, doing a lot of stuff, people loving your outputs, please guys, make sure you deal a lot with your midtone. That is where mostly people pay most attention to the color grading. They don't want your shadows, they don't want your highlights. Highlight is not, it doesn't mean the picture is popping. Trust me, having a lot of highlights, it doesn't mean that. That's why you can see the image is highlight is balanced, the shadow is balanced, and the image is popping. Is it because I've been paying more attention to the subject? And this is why we fighting a lot of the DOPs or director, like their light has to be perfect presented, because we need much information to the midtone. And this is one of the tricks that I used to do to get perfect midtone. Look at this thing that I've done. What I've done is I make sure my midtone is still getting there, but I'm compressing the most white place and the most dark place. It's like I'm reducing, like I contrast it. Reason why I do so, because I still want to get a room for my feather tools. This is one thing that I can tell you. In color grading, everything that you are doing, like I do this to this clip, to this node. If I do something else to another node, it is going to affect the node that's before, and the node before is giving the information the node after, so which means the nodes is affecting each another. So if I'm not protecting the node that I used before, the next one is going to be crash as well, because the last one was, just imagine the image was just like this. What about this my look place, the way I created my look, then I'm not gonna have a place to do my thing, you can see. And this is why I did this technique. Like I was like, let me do this technique, and then I'm going to deal with the contrast later. After protecting everything, has to be in perfect positions. This is one of my big technique to give me a better and perfect results and clean results as well. All right, and next thing that I've done, this is the place that I'm doing balance. This I'm doing everything. Yeah, this is this place I do the saturations, the place that I've done white balance, a place that I've done extra balance of light, as you can see. Let me tell you something. What if we're going to switch this off? Look at this place, you're going to see it's extra doing stuff. The reason why it's giving this results, because it has a very small place to do his magic. So which means we like, do you guys know about doing mixing, producing like the producer, the way they do, if they mixing beats, they leave a place for the vocal, and when they put vocal and beat together during the final mastering, they leave place for the master. If they're going to boost the music, you know, go cross. It's just like that. Even the image, we have to play like that. And this is why this guy is helping. He's helping this one. You can see it has a room to do its magic. All right, what I've done so far in here, as just did I often like to do with the primary bass. I use gamma and gain a little bit. I increase the gamma a little bit and reduce the gain a little bit, and this is why I got this balance. And then as well, I'll come into the saturations. I increase the saturation from, this one is the subtractive saturations from Davinci 19. If you don't have subtractive saturation, there's a tutorial that I drop about doing subtractive saturation, these density saturations. You guys could go there. And another thing that I did is white balance. I pushed down my temperature a little bit because the picture was a little bit warm. As I mentioned before, I wanted something very natural, but everything has to be in perfect way. All right, this part I use one of my lutes. Here is the problem. A lot of beginners, they struggle how to make color grading as pro level. YouTube itself can never pull up to that level. Director Kim came out with a massive masterclass, phase 1 and phase 2, which is the phase 1 has 3 parts, and each of the parts has a long pause video. Having an issue with the color senses, color management, creating different looks, fixing problems, how to balance proper your footage, shot merging, dealing with the small budget camera, everything you need to know from Davinci Resolve. Masterclass has deep explanations. If you really struggle with creating look, Director Kim never seen enough till he made it 26 LUTs, which has look DNA and Skintone LUT and color separations. DCTL power grade also available. Director Kim really wants to shift you into next level. Have a permanent mentor who can guide you well to your journey of color grading. He decided to create a WhatsApp group for his own student member. But remember, to join a WhatsApp group, you need to buy one of his products, either Masterclass or LUT package. Now, let's back into the lesson. It doesn't did much. It doesn't did that much. You can see it's only just pushing the sky and a little bit of a skin tone. So if you guys never got my LUT package, you can contact me to my WhatsApp. You can join with the other member like these guys. You can join with the other member like this on next tutorial. Maybe we're going to be one of them. All right, that's it. And another thing that I've done here about the skin tone. Let's switch it on. All right, this is what I've done. Look, you can see how the skin tone is looking very beautiful. And everything that I've done will still get a room. Look at the image. You can even see yourself, the image is still have a room to play. The contrast is not there yet. The oversaturated is not there yet, because everything has to be. The reason is to get the perfect clean result. Clean result is not about noise reduction or other stuff like that. No, clean results is all about way you proper your notes and your tools, the way you're using your stuff, like do you give them place to breathe? Like just imagine we are in a room like this, we don't have a windows like to give it us air, or maybe the window is too small. What if we are just squeezing each other's too much? Like we have breaks there, but we want to sleep on same place. Nobody gonna please perfectly, but at least we are 5 people in one room, but we got a space. Like give me some space, you easily get able to breathe, so you'll be able to see the next day. But if you don't see, maybe you're going to see others already dead. All right, so I think yeah, okay.
Which plugin did you use to smooth the skin?
Yeah, I'm about to mention now. All right, so about the skin, what I've done exactly, I used to tell you about the skin. I have a lot of tutorial about the skin. So here is the thing that I've done. I use my primal wheels, my primary color bars. You see this? What I've done is I push down my mid tone to the blue channel to give me that yellow until I started to see my picture is getting yellow, and then I just pull down my gamma to the green channel until I start and see the skin is getting chocolate like this. And in my lesson today I explained about to get this chocolate. You can see to the scope my skin tone is laying to the magenta part to the reddish. This is how the chocolate skin you get. But when it be into the middle, we got orange skin tone. When it gets to the yellow, we got chocolate. You get brownish skin tone to the black people. But because I push it to the yellowish part, and this is why we've got that's chocolate stuff. All right. After doing so, I come into my curve like this, because when I did so, it was oversaturated, and then I come into my hue versus saturations. I pull down the saturation to balance until I started to see my skin tone is getting into this spot, because before it was like this place, and I didn't like. Let me show you how we were looking before. This is how the before my skin tone. You can see is getting there. This was a very too much, but after doing my balance of UV saturation, you can see the skin tone is getting into the light places. And then I use this plugin from Davinci. It's called Beauty. You can see this one, and I put it to 0.5. It's a little bit smoothing, cleaning, because this is one of a music video projects, and as well as the competition. To me, I was like, I want to deliver something not too much cinematic, but I want to deliver something like commercial stuff, you see. So this is why I just did so. This is how I did so. All right, so another thing that I've done for is this thing. Like I wanted it to have a muted look. Guy, this is one of my biggest techniques to get a muted look. Muted look, the way I do offense, I used to desaturate a most background area and leave the mid-tone as the way it is, or maybe a little bit saturated, different with the background. So other stuff, what I've done is just I reduces the saturation. As you can see to my hue versus saturation, I reduce a most bluish, because our background is based on blue. So I reduce a blue and green a little bit, and mostly blue positions, and as well as I just use my blue, put it to cyan. You can see to my hue versus hue, I just select this thing here, and then I pull my blue to the cyan, and this is what I've got. Look at this now. The picture is clean. It's all about to cleaning this stuff. You can see before and after. You can see the blue is a little bit greenish, little bit, yeah. All right, so exciting. This is a period note. As you can see, we did a period note. I used to do a period note especially to the look, because I want every note to affect itself. You know the rule of a period. It doesn't affect each another. It's only affecting itself. All right. So, and this one is, I was trying to clean the background. The background was little bit I wanted, it's sometimes it's also give them some kind of focus. When I talk about focus, guys, like it's giving the outer focus, even it's not too much. But to me, I use this because I wanted to clean up the background to be very, very, very clean. And I use this one. You look at the background, look at this place, look at this, look at before, look at after. You can see it's some kind like, it's like a focus. You can see it's like a fake focus that I did. Into this place, what I did exactly is I used this one, the band. I qualified the skin tone. You can see I qualified I qualified the cyan, the blue there, and if it has any type of glitching, any type of artifact, it's going to be cleaned. All right, and then I use the bend. I only drop it and use the edge threshold. I never did so much there, and this is what I've done. All right, another thing that I've done, let me check up this one is I only deal with the curve. Okay, is it because I saw my skin is little bit reddish, so I just use my U versus curve to reduce the skin tone to have more muted look. And I put another node here like this one. Let me check up what so far I did. All right, this is another thing that I've done is I reduced the magenta because I saw there's some kind of magenta to the image and they keep reducing the blue thing. I was just keep twist and tweak. Guys, in a color grading, you just try and trick this and this. Yeah, not specific. All right, this is what exactly I've done inside of color space. There's also things that we do outside of color space. Not everything. I even mentioned to the group today. You guys saw this message that I mentioned, right? You saw the thing that I mentioned about this guy. Who is it? It's Soffet. I think it's a Soffet. He was complaining like he got a lot of bluish, right? Guys, I'm asking you. Did you saw that?
Yeah. I'm here, man. I can hear you.
Yeah, he was talking about this thing, like he say I often getting the blue stuff to my output and I don't know how to do. Yeah, actually, yeah. So now I think your problem is going to be fixed here. You can even see my picture got a lot of bluish. Even this hair is a little bit bluish, and I sent this message. I said not everything has to be touched inside of color space. Is it because color space is giving us a very very big room? So to do your thing, you're going to do extra work. Sometimes you have to do something outside to help you with where you want. Hey, come on.
I want to say something there that I actually now seeing why my current footage of the competition of level up were so disturbing to me. And while you are talking, I go and check the color space management. I found that I messed up on that part. So I was so. It is like eye-opening. Of course, I know that because you taught us on the workshop, but I'm wondering why I forgot that. And now I came to understand that how it is important to just prepare the color management first before starting preparing all your stuff. It's like the kitchen. You must prepare first knife and all other things and make sure they're proper, and then you can start to cook.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And I think if God wish, maybe there'll be another workshop. I'm just waiting for Creator Pro to do stuff. Maybe I think if it's going to be, maybe this thing is going to be very very huge presented there. All right, so now let's jump into outputs outside of color space. This is our color management. This is our outputs. You see. So let's see what I've done inside. All right, the thing that I've done in here. First I was dealing with this. I think this thing. Yeah, actually. No, not this one. I think it was let me check up. The first thing that I touched, I think it was this guy. Let's check one by one. I forgot what I touched first. Okay, let's check this guy. What I've done. It was this. Why I never saw this before. All right. So the first thing that I've done is this guy. This is the first thing that I touch. As you remember that I told you, I'm going to deal with the contrast later. And this is the place that I've touched to pull back the contrast. You can see I just pulled the shadows because the shadow was less. I just pulled back the shadow, but I don't crush the image. The image is still in better place. But if I did this before, everything after the color things like putting loots, having to do the skin tone, we have a small place to do our shit, but because we got the room to do our shit, that's why even we pull back the contrast, you're going to see the image not crushing. The image is super clean, and you can see there we never did any kind of noisy reduction or stuff like noisy thing. It's just a process, but you can see the output is still cleaner, just like that. Alright, another thing that I've done is cleaning my blue. That's why I told you sometime you see I just cleaning my blue this place, and as well I clean my blue this place, but you can see the blue still there. That's why I'm telling you guys, not often you can do stuff inside of color space. Sometimes you can do stuff outside of color space, and this is what I've got. This is where I'm reducing my blue. You can see it's a little bit reduced, but one thing that I found, if I reduce my blue, keeping reducing my blue because I want to get a black to this place, I'm not going to get the result that I want. This blue I already certified, but still my blacks is getting to the blue. So what I've done so far, I qualify this place. I qualify her this blacking thing, her hair, and then I reduce blue again. And this is why I've got this. You see now we got a pure black. Let me show you how exactly I've done. After doing so, I qualify this hair. I use mask. I qualify there. And another thing, what I've done after qualify, I used this mask. The reason why is I want only the effective to be much selected to the hair. Like sometimes you can qualify, but still you can see other thing is qualified to the background. You know about this thing, guys. You select this place, okay, but this thing that you use to qualify, it has same range of color to another thing that is in background, and you don't want to touch that. And that's why I used mask. I used mask to do that thing. And another thing that I've done to bring back the bleach is I come into hue versus saturation. I pull too much down, like pulling down to the I just selected this and then pull it down. That's what I clean. And I think I've done another extra thing. This one this one was a 50, and I saw the blue is still there. You see, I saw the blue still there. Like I pull, you see this thing, hue versus saturation. It does a very less more than this one. So what I've done is just I pulled down my saturation the all the way over. So it was this place was like black and white thing. This place is like a black and white thing. That's what I've done. You can see. So another last thing that I've used to do. Oh, this one. Okay, I forgot this one. This one was okay. This one was about red as well. I was just keeping balanced the red. To be honest, this look I wanted something very, 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 very. I wanted something very, very desaturated lizard. Let me tell you one other thing about this type of look, muted look. If you just about to do some grading that's too much complicated, like the results you see the footage is giving you too much of darkest time, like hard time, like darkest, like I can say, like it's too much giving you. It's not like darker, the bright. No, it's giving you a place like you have nothing much to do. Like if you do too much, you're going to get a bad result. I recommend you to try learn how to get a muted look, because muted look is often look perfect to the most of devices. Trust me, guys. You wanted a very saturated output. You need to have a better equipment. Like the camera has to be much perfect. The big budget camera is going to be good to you. If you're going to have a image that have a lot of light, stuff like that, but if you're going to see like this picture, man, it's going to embarrassing me. I recommend you to try to learn muted look, because this type of look, it's mostly look perfect most of devices. You can even see some people devices oversaturated. Some people devices are less saturated. Some people devices they natural. You see? So when you get a muted look to the saturated most, you're going to see the saturation is perfect. When you come into the televisions, that is the place most people used to watch, especially clients. If you're giving them the video, they go straight to their TV, and they don't know anything about color management. They don't know anything about what type of output you're giving them. You see, they only connect their flash or their device to the TV and they watch the video, and they're going to tell you, oh man, this video looks so much reddish. At the meantime, they just get something from Davinci Resolve. You give them the output from the web to be uploaded. You know, the video that we upload on YouTube, maybe stuff like Instagram, there it's different like the video that we see here from Davinci. You guys never did you guys experience about this thing? I'm the one that's explaining about this thing. Mostly clients, they go to their video straight to their television and they want to watch it, but when they preview to their phone, they feel like it's right. Preview to a television, like too much ready to the skin, and then they go YouTube, because we got smart TV these days. They go YouTube and they see other people's videos right. Why this video was right? This video is not. It look right. I want something like this. At the meantime, they don't know anything about color management outputs. You see, so if you're facing a problem like that, I recommend a muted look. Sometimes it's helping us to get nice feedback. You know, sometimes it's crashing when you give a project to the clients and then they be like, okay, this is not good, and you feel like the output is good. Like you always do that, and he always see that, because he doesn't see your input stuff. He's just see your exports. You see, he just sees your projects in YouTube there. He doesn't know anything much what have been done. And then when he comes to his project, he feel like too much contrast. Yeah, too much contrast, because YouTube, they're going to compress this thing too much sharp, because YouTube, they're going to compress this thing, so they're going to be less pixels. They don't know anything about that. So sometimes to fight with that thing, please make sure you balance well, so your output can have a better result for most of devices. You get my point now? Alright, so another thing that I've done is I used this you guys know about this, is contrast pop and sharpen to get the detail. You can see the image is so much of detail. This is before, this is after. You can see so much of details. So what I've done most here is I did my sharpens. One of my big issues, one of my students here, Moko, Director Moko, I don't know if you are inside, Director Moko. No, today, the time that I did the call there, he was online, but now I see he's offline. One of his big problem is about this thing, contrast pop. He does lots of contrast pop, which comes to the big problem to his outputs. So here I just use my sharpens. I put it to the 0.5. 0.45. This is mostly, I don't go below that. And then I use my contrast pop like this. I just tweak and twist, and then I reduce the intensity. I twist and tweak. You can see there. You can try out if it works onto you. Alright, another clip is the same thing, but it has a little bit of extra touch. Like this clip has a little bit of extra touch. What I add in here, I added this saturation because I think the lens was different. I don't know, but this output was very less saturation. You can see. So to do the shots matching, what I've done exactly is I used my saturated again, like pulling a saturation a little bit to match with the shots. And another extra thing that I added there is this thing. Let me bypass them so that you can see. Okay, this thing, you see this, I think this is mostly of issues that most of people from competition, they never pay attention on this thing. You see, she's get a little bit of dark. You can see she's getting a little bit of dark. A reason why the sun is straight into these balloons, and she was covered by this thing, so she doesn't have a lot of light. Even you're going to increase the lights normally. If you're going to increase the lights normally, you're going to overexpose other stuff. So what I've done much in here, I decided to do is I masked and putting her into that thing, and then I track. You see, this is what I've done. I come into this place, I mask this place. You can see this is the place that I mask. Let me check this. This is the place that I mask. You see, you guys can see there. Hello guys, you here?
Yes, we can see.
Man. Yeah, we can see that. Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah, I just mask this place, and then I also qualify this. That's why I told you before. You need to qualify and mask at the same time to have extra protection, because when I qualify, it's also qualify other thing. Like, let me show you. If I put this off, you can see it's also qualified the whole balloons and the other thing. Like this place, you can see there is also qualified. So I want that's only spot place to be selected. As you can see now, it's only select that place. And then what I've done is just another thing that I did is I sharpen. The reason why I sharpen is because it's very far, and because she's far and the focus is not there too much, and I really want to have a most detail in this part, and that place can be blurred, doesn't mind, but that place I want to get the detail. That's why I sharpen a little bit that place to boost the details. And then I use curve. I pull the shadow, I wipe type the shadow to get the brightness, so that you can see here. You see now, this is before, this is after. You can see how she's popping there.
What did you use there?
Bro, I explain here these few moments. Okay, let's me.
No. Yeah, you going a little bit fast. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's what we hear. I just want to ask.
All right.
Because I saw like, she's just popping. That's what I'm asking. What did you for her to?
All right. What I've done exactly is let me go back there a little bit. First, I use qualify. I qualify. Okay. Yeah, I qualify her and a little bit of this balloon because I want that spot to be pop. And then another thing, I just mask this place. You can see if I take off the qualifications, it's also qualified that thing, which I don't want other thing to be pop. I want only that place to be pop. And then I use the mask to do so. And then after doing so, I come into this place, this curve. I selected this place. This is a must because I was watching this I was watching the curve, the scopes, and I found out that the place that dark into that place, it was this side. So I selected this side and I pull it up to wipe that shadow. and this is and this is what we've got. And as well, another thing is because we don't saw, and also the focus was very tough. Mostly the focus was touching to these balloons mostly, but how it was difficult lens to get the focus on that place. So what exactly I've done is just I did the sharpens to sharpen that place to get the detail so everyone could see her mostly. And this is what we've got. This is before. You see, before she was dark. Right now she's popping. You can see.
I have a question, sir.
Yes, Boris?
Yes, I want to know why the balloon is also select when they don't have a same color with the skin with her skin.
Here is a problem. A lot of beginners, they struggle how to make color grading as pro level. YouTube itself can never pull up to that level. Director Kim came out with the massive masterclass phase 1 and phase 2, which is the phase 1 has 3 parts, and each of the parts has a long pause video. Having an issue with the color senses, color management, creating different looks, fixing problems, how to balance proper your footage, shot matching, dealing with the small budget camera, everything you need to know from Davinci Resolve. Masterclass has deep explanations. If you really struggle with creating look, Director Kim never seen enough till he made it 26 LUTs, which has look DNA and Skintone LUT and color separations. DCTL power grade also available. Director Kim really wants to shift you into next level. Have a permanent mentor who can guide you well to your journey of color grading. He decided to create a WhatsApp group for his own student member. But remember, to join a WhatsApp group, you need to buy one of his products, either Masterclass or LUT package. Now, let's back into the lesson. Actually, the reason why I think maybe let me say like maybe because I don't have a show, but to me I feel like when we put it into flat mode, you can even see the color of her, like it's almost similar with this place, like not too much. Like, is it because she's so far and the pixel that's bits, the color bits was very less? That's why I see if we select, we also easy to select the other thing. You can even see the room here. We got this place, the reddish place, orange, and the greenish place. So it's mostly kitchen shaders. Like, that's why I used to tell you guys, if you're doing qualify, you also need to learn about color bits. You needed to learn about color bits. Some colors they share. You can see to the output, because we only see color through output. We don't see color in input. But in input, this is how the tool sees. We don't see that. The only tools see that. We only see the colorful outputs. And this is why when you just like this, let me show you. When you highlight like this, you only see the image back to the flat. It doesn't give that output because we only bypass the outputs. But if we're going to, let's say, like, I'm going to mask outside of color space. Let me show you. I'm going to mask outside of color space like this. Guys, I'm very sorry. My PC is very, 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 very slow. So yeah, if we're going to bypass, we're going to highlight. We also see the highlights is colorful. You can see that, and it's only selecting her because this is our outputs been selected. This is how our node sees. Do you get my point now? Yeah, you got it.
Yes.
Yeah, but inside of color space, the highlights, our node sees like this. You see, our node doesn't see the color that we see in our outputs. Our node sees like this. So the way it sees, like, you see everything is, the same color. Like, it sees in flowers, it sees in the same color. But our output is in colorful. That's what we see. Alright, this is what I've done. In this case, this was about the the blue, I mean the background over there. You can see, I'll explain about that. All right, about this thing, about this node, the same story, but here I didn't touch the saturations. I just reduce it. And one of the thing, like, it's not like it's a some stuff like that. Some picture was a little bit different, white balance, so I have to touch. You can see this one, I never touched temp, but this one I touched the temp. This one, the temp was -30, but this one is 0. So some picture I just see if it's warm, I cool off, or if it's too much blue, I make it warm. And this is one that's I just did that's masking. You can see this before. You see she's dark. You can see the volume there is blocking her. And now when I did that thing, you can see she's popping, and she still has detail. You can see the detail there. You can see perfectly. You can see her face, like everything. You can see perfectly. But before was very, 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 very less. You can see. But if I am going to take this off like this, you can see it's a blur. It's a blur. But when we do our sharpens, we see is someone is coming or is gone. I don't know. All right, so this is what I've done so far. I never done any noise reduction. All right, another clip is this one. This one has a little bit of extra thing that I've done. Her eyes was a little bit this one I've done a mostly thing that I showed, even to the blacks of her hair was like that. You see, you can see the blue. You see the blue. So what I've done is I cleaned that blue. So now it's a little bit cleaner, and her hair, I mean her eyes was a little bit bluish. So I masked her like this. This was outside of color space, guys. This was outside of color space. Her eyes was a little bit, just a little bit of blue. I don't know if you can see there, but to me here I can see how much blue is there. Now you can see it's a little bit gone. What I've done is just, I never use qualify. I only mask and come into the curve, this place, UV saturation. I just clean the blue just like this, and then I tracked. Make sure everything that you do, you track your image. I never done much. One of the thing that I do is deal with the white balance and deal with exposing. And the same thing to here. This is the same. This one and this was the same thing. And this one and this were the same thing, but a bit different. What I've done in this one, there are something that I've done. Look at this thing. This place I don't know if I pop. Let me check. Yeah, the same thing that I've done like the other one. I pop her. I don't know why she was dark, and I didn't like the way she was dark. You can see if you're yourself, this place is much light more than this place. So I was like, why this happening? So I have to pop that place, so all of her could pop up. So what I've done is the same thing like the way I did there. I just popped that. This is how commercial looks. Always it is. We deal with the subject too much. Like, subject is everything. All right, so another thing that I've done is just sharpening, because it was less of detail. All right, I think in this place as well, what I've done, because this skin tone qualify was also qualify other place below. That's why I only wants to catch the place like this. So I was protecting the skin not to touch this other thing. You can see the other thing here is sharing the range of color from the skin tone, and I didn't like it, and I was like, okay, let me only deal with that. This is how I do. All right, after doing so, the final touch, guys, what I've done to my master. I can say this is mastering. I've used glow and shadow and sharpen. Guys, I talked about this. This one, there's this tutorial I'm going to show you here. There's this tutorial that I explain about. Sometimes I use this to blending my image. It's called how to blend your image, something like that. So if you never saw that type of tutorial, go watch. It's blending my image perfectly. This one is good, this one's not good, but it doesn't mean that we finished everything. We are professional colorists and we want to read so far, so we have to do things in a very extra way. You don't have to take things very simply. So what I've done much here, I used my glow. You can see, look how image it's the way it's responding. Look at this before, look at this after. Don't you see something is extra touching there? You can see very cleaning things, like everything is standing where it's supposed to be standing. Don't you see that, guys? It's blending thing. So
I'm telling you, it's magical for real. It's magical.
Yeah, it's like something extra been there. So what I've done so far is, I used to say this, I use the glow tools. I touch it. This is the glow before. Look at before, look at after. It's glow. I just been twist and tweak, and then I use the log. I push it down because the glow itself was about to give me the washed out image. You can see my blacks was a little bit washed out. So when I pull down my shadow, it's make it standing. And this is before. Everything. This one was good so far, but it wasn't good enough. But this one, it gave us the good enough. Good enough. Alright, so I think last thing was sharpen. The reason why I also did sharpen, sometimes glow is reduce the details, and this one is going to be on YouTube, and YouTube as well, they do compression. If I export this video, also the compression is there. So I was like, letting me do a little bit of sharpen, not too much, just a very lessly 0.4.8, yeah, just like that. So as you can even see to the other image, like let's check out this one. Look at this before that shit. Wait, sorry. Look at this before, look at this after. And it also makes everything standing. Oh my God, there is okay. What's happened to you? Alright, look at this now. Look at this now. Look at this before. This is after. Look at it before. Before like this. It was there, but something is like it has to be there. Like look at after. Look. I don't know what you guys can see. If I see, I don't know if you guys see like the way I see.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, actually.
Like it added some contrast which is popping.
You're just cutting off on my end, and I see like you just added some contrast. So I'm gonna come back to you again, trying to ask the question: did you use like a curve to add a contrast to the subject, or what did you do? You were just cutting off on my end. That's why.
Okay. I didn't use a curve. I only use glow and shadow tools, because when we use glow, sometimes is giving us the most highlight thing. Let me do it manually, you see. But there's a tutorial about this thing. There's also a tutorial about this thing, you see. What I'm doing exactly is I'm using glow like this, not too much, just very lessly. I'm switching to highlights screen D, and then I just shine threshold until I starting see where I want it to be, like this. You can see the everything shifting to the highest part. It's making glowing, but also it's shifting everything to the highest part, and this is what is been missing when we're using glow. Like the shadow is getting shifting, and then I use the spread to do some this one is like the where I don't know much about this, but the mostly like the way the spread of highlights, the split of shadows, how wide it is and how thin it is. So when I pulled it, it's make it as looks a very thinner. That. And another thing is this one, this type of glow is like it's giving the glow coming straight forward, but when I pull it up at your right side is make it going to what they call it, it's horizontal. Is it right? I don't know English, guys, help me with this. It's the horizontal stuff. Yeah, horizontal, something like that. Yeah, it's making comments to the wide, like you see this one was middle and this one is giving us that horizontal thing, but when we go to the left side is giving that the vertical thing, like English there. Yeah, you can fill that gap. All right, so I put into the right positions. You can see it's giving that. And then another thing that I've done is coming to the capacity, stuff like that, coming to global, stuff like that, to make it look realistic, just like that. But you can see once we do our glow like this, look at before, look at after, we got perfect result to the highlights, but we can see our shadows shifted. So what I've done is coming to the shadow place and push it down my shadow just like this, you can see. So I brought back my shadow that I lost from glow. So that's why you can see it's merging well, and this is before, this is after. You got my point there?
Got your point now, yeah.
Yeah, actually, this is how we do. Any further question? I think I explained a lot about this. Any questions so far before me hanging up?
I see like we did a lot of
Mr. Lord, guys, my phone was down.
You're going to see this on YouTube, oh.
Hi guys, how is it going? How is it going? My phone went down.
Yo, I feel sorry for you, but you don't miss anything. This is going to be published on YouTube, so you're going to get there, but you're not able to ask anything, my brother.
Okay. All right. At least I'm catching up now.
All right, so someone wanted to ask me something?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a question. So I saw like we went through a lot of stuff creating the look, different nodes, stuff like that. So let's say, for instance, you have multiple footages different in the project. And you just wanted to keep the same look, to be consistent on every footage you do that. So how do you do that? By copying and pasting? Look, for me, I feel like it's a lot of work that you have to go through every footage, try to do adjustments, stuff like that. How do you do that? Let me just add another thing. Let's say this lady you're seeing here, she's got hair, she's up. But you may happen to have some golden haired people, you may happen to have some really dark skinned people. So how do you handle those issues like that?
Okay, next questions. That's why we say we are doing customized things. In videos, like you see, that's why we call the color list. That's why we call it guys. Like even not about another project, even into this same project. They shot today, they shot tomorrow, they gave you the footage, and director expecting everything look the same. That is where you have to do your push and pull to get that thing to look as this. So to get that result, first you need to know the image itself. You need to start. That's why I used to tell you guys, you need to start the effects and its behavior. Every footage has its own behavior, and also you need to know the tools that you have to use that to make it look like the way you want it to do. And this is why I'm telling you to get the look first. It has to appear on your mind, like I wanted this type of look. How can I do that? There your mind's open. Okay, I have to touch this, I have to take this, I have to touch this to get that. So when it comes to a question like that, first it's depending on type of footage that you have. As we mentioned there, if you have some people that bald, they don't have hair like that, which means I'm going to bypass that. No, that I play with the hair. Another thing, if they have a short hair but it's also have the blues like that one, there's something I'm going to do that. For here it's hard me to explain because it's theoretic, but when it comes to practical, you're going to find a way to fix that. So you have to know, like this one I have to do this, like let's just say maybe I'm going to select that place, mask in that place, clean it up. Or maybe if I'm going to deal with white balance, it's going to correct that. What if we have another camera and we want to get that thing? I'm going to change my color management. So my input source, I'm going to change it to be this one. Like if I've got a Sony, I'm going to convert Sony to be red, which means when I apply that things that I applied is going to react into LED color senses. Issue that's going to be changed, white balance, exposure, saturation, stuff like that. You got my point here?
Yep.
Yeah, so everything behave differently. If you can even see this thing. This is a different look. But trust me, if I'm going to apply this one that I've done here, let me show you, bro. It's going to be different. So there's something that I've done to make it look like that one. That's what we call the shot matching. Guys, do you want to know about shot matching? Masterclass, bro. Masterclass has shot matching issues. If I'm going to apply here, you're going to see the difference. Look at the image now, the way they look. You see? But this one, before, this one was looking perfectly. This is look same as that one. If I'm going to apply that thing here, you're going to see it's very different. Look at this place now. Look at the way it look. This is what I apply from other presets, but you can see how it's give me. So after applying that preset, it's because I already created look DNA. Look DNA is different, guys. I'm used to tell you. That's why I used to tell people I don't sell loot. I'm selling look DNA, the stuff, the color palette, the emulation of color. So you got to do your thing before that, like color correction, stuff like that. You can even see how the results giving us. So I was applying like that, I've got like that, and then I've done my thing again. I costumed that preset, and then I got something like this. You see? Do you get me now?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's hard to tell you like this. It's easily to mention in practically. And one thing that I want to tell you, even there are some guy going to tell. That's why I used to tell people, they think you guys need knowledge, not to show you how I did. The reason why I'm showing you how I did is not about you see what I did. You need to get the knowledge why I did. Here the thing you need to get mostly the question why, and the reason. That is what most you need to learn, not to see what I've done. You need to know why I've done that, and the reasons. So the reason is going to open your mind to get the knowledge. Okay, so next, if you're going to get something like that, you're going to be like, okay, to get things like that, how to fix this, I need to get this, because the reasons helped you. You got my points here now.
Yes.
All right, so I think
But honestly, honestly, for me, with what you just explained about the color management, I think my problem is still at that level, because sometimes I'm just doing color management because I saw your masterclass how to do it, or I saw some people doing it. I don't know exactly why, the reason why I'm doing this, I'm doing this color management. Sometimes I'm just repeating things, and my footage looks oversaturated with red, but I don't understand why it's doing that. Maybe because I set up my color management on the wrong way. So I don't know if there is a way for me to learn about understanding exactly, because I don't understand exactly the output color space, input color space, the gamma. I don't know why to put things there, how to set them up. I don't know exactly. So sometimes I'm confused with the color management and even with the CST, things like that. It's true, I saw people doing it, but I'm just doing it because I saw you doing that. I don't understand. As you just said,
Bro,
did
you buy the masterclass lesson 1 and lesson 2?
Yes, I have a lot of masterclass, bro, but I still don't understand.
No, don't stay alive. Did you buy the one from Kim? You may have some from YouTube. You need to buy those from your teacher, man.
He knows. I have this masterclass. I have all that Kim's masterclass. I have maybe.
So you're gonna need a one-on-one, session, so you can explain more to you.
here's the problem. A lot of beginners, they struggle on how to make color grading as pro level. YouTube itself can never pull up to that level. Director Kim came out with the massive masterclass phase 1 and phase 2, which is the phase 1 has 3 parts, and each of the parts has a long pause video. Having an issue with the color senses, color management, creating different looks, fixing problems, how to balance proper your footage, shot matching, dealing with the small budget camera, everything you need to know from Davinci Resolve. Masterclass has deep explanations. If you really struggle with creating look, Director Kim never seen enough till he made it 26 LUTs, which has look DNA and Skintone LUT and color separations. DCTR power grade also available. Director Kim really wants to shift you into next level. Have a permanent mentor who can guide you well to your journey of color grading. He decided to create a WhatsApp group for his own student member. But remember, to join a WhatsApp group, you need to buy one of his products, either Masterclass or LUT package. Now, let's back into the lesson. Actually, for quick explanations, you know, color management is very massive. Like I can say, is like a very massive lessons that a lot of people they be confused. But here, what I've been saw, there's this place that I've gone. I don't know where, but I don't remember. But they say like, you don't need to understand much of color management to be a perfect colorist. Most of colorists, even now, they do magic things, but they don't know much about color management. It's not that deal that's giving you a block point or opening points for your result. To get much of saturation or desaturation is your processing, the way you are processed the image. So I think it's better to know much about your process, like how to start from color correcting, using look DNA and stuff like that. Color management is all about giving you a place to do your stuff. So, but a quick explanation about color management, about the inputs and outputs. Inputs. Offense is information from your source, like your camera and stuff like that. That is the input. Like, yeah, you are inside of a room, like that's why I used this thing before. Like, you putting water inside of a cup. There inside of a cup you can put maybe you put a tea inside of a cup. There inside of cup you put sugar, spices, and stuff like that. So when you drink, you're going to feel that. But when you come into outside, you only see that weight from inside, but you don't get any taste. You see, so about the saturations, oversaturation, and stuff like that is all matter of your input. But in Davinci, we have some inputs color spaces, which has a very huge place to do your thing without crushing. To me, I use Davinci Gamut color space and SS sometimes, or sometimes Alexa a little bit, because it's a huge place to do your stuff. Like maybe let's say assume like we have a cup of tea, but our tea in there we use a small of sugars, small of spices, small. So when you come to drink that thing, you not see any over thing to your output. But when you do too much, like you have a very small cup of tea, you put a tea, you fill on top, and then you do same level of your spoon. Like if you use like the big cup, you use 2 spoons, small cup also you use 2 spoons, which means the sugar is going to be too much, because you don't know the color management that you use has some limitation, and this is what blocks you, Boris. Maybe use a small color spaces or use a huge color spaces, but you do the same thing that you used to do before, and the result is going to be not the same. So maybe you're going to, and also I've learned this, they say that Davinci Gamut color space, is it because it's huge and it has a perfect output? It's not much easily to give you bad results. If you get bad result from Davinci Gamut,
that's correct.
Means you've done so much until you're getting bad results.
That is correct.
And access is most of standard results. But the problem about access, you need to know more about color management stuff, because it's easy crashing your image, because it's very powerful. This is why even codec, if you are using Cineon film, stuff like that, if you're pushing too much color, because of the density the way it is, it's easy giving you a bad result. And about output is where it's taking information from your everything below that, and then that is output. In other words, I can say that is your deliver. You see, this is your deliver. So it's taking information from everything. It's like maybe we are complaining to the leader, and the leader has the big leader. Like maybe we have a leader, and then we have a boss. You see. So we go to the leader and telling our problems, like, bro, today I need saturation about 600. I want my curves to be this. I want my this. And then the leader take information from us, go to the boss and tell you, okay, boss, here it is. Boris wants curve to be like that. Okay, they deliver. The boss, okay, tick that. Okay, the saturation is 100. The what is what. So which means output is our deliver. So sometimes to do things outside of outputs, outside of color space, that's our outputs. There's the 2 outputs you guys need to understand. There's outputs of all color management. When I talk about color management, it means everything from Davinci interface, everything that you're going to touch is going to be affected with Davinci color management. This is our boss. Even our deliver going to take information here. Our deliver doesn't take information from color space, output color space. This is output for the node. I think now I can give you what you want. Let me tell you this. This output here, this RDT, this is output for the node. You got my point. It's not output for the timeline. Boris, are you there?
Yeah, that's why I'm confused this part.
Yeah, I think now I can give you what you want. This is only outputs for the node, but here is output for the entire stuff. Even that node, this is our leader, this is our boss. So even this one is getting information from this part. I mean, it is giving information this guy. So
Okay, pretend that I shot the video with Lumix. How are you going to enter information here on color management and on the node?
all right. Is it because our color timeline we use Davinci Wagamat and our output is sRGB? So here to our color management is going to be like this, and then here I'm going to create our IDT, input color space transformations, for the node to protect our node places. But our color management overall is in Davinci Garment timeline, and our output is sRGB. But to the node here, it's also the color management. It sees our inputs the way it's acting, but it can never tell anything because we don't give informations. So here, the way we do, like we put in our color space transformation, we take that Panasonic Vlog stuff to input color space and input gamma. This is color space. Yeah. And then in our outputs, we're going to convert to Davinci Garment. It doesn't mean that we have to convert to Davinci Garment. Sometimes you can only use one CST, like even to outputs here. You can only using Panasonic, and this is sRGB, but our output is going to see Davinci Garment. That is our output.
Sorry, let me mute my mic.
You got my point. Even
Sorry. Yes.
even we going to let me show you if I do so, to convert our specific camera to be into another color space, that is a matter of our node. A node we need place to do our stuff without damage. But we can also do like this, like you see this one, let me check this. This is red, and this is red. Look, film. You see, and this is sRGB, and this is sRGB. You can see. We can do our stuff like this without converting our specific camera to another camera, but also our outputs, our color management is in Davinci Garment, which means everything we do, our entire thing is in Davinci Garment, but we didn't convert it our node. So there's these two different things, node and Davinci Garment. That's it. I mean, node and the color management. Our color management is Davinci Garment. Our outputs is sRGB, but our color space, we just did red, but this one. But if I'm going to twist my thing in here, everything that I'm going to touch, they're going to react as in Davinci Garment, even though I never convert it. And there's also another way, like this, we convert our specific camera, like this one, this red, into Davinci Garment, and you still also get that same result of Rec 79. There's not much different there. You see, same thing, like not much difference. Is it because all over this thing that I'm doing is all matter of here our boss gets the same formations, like you just use one CST or you used two CST, it doesn't matter. But the difference is going to be in here, your processes, behavior. It's going to act differently.
Wow.
You
see, that's where I was confused because every time when I was doing my ODT like you just did, so you put red and
sRGB.
What?
sRGB. Wow. I used to do X709. So the thing I was doing is I was going on color management. The input color space I was putting the information from my camera.
Oh, that's a big problem.
And, you see, that's what I was. That's why I was saying I always confused, because I think that if you want to enter information, if you enter the color management is the one controlling the whole timeline.
Yeah, actually.
So if I enter the information on color management, I have to enter the same thing on the node here on the timeline. That's what I was doing.
All right, and also there is this thing that some pro use. There's costume of it, because this one is the color science is YRGB. This is never managed. We manage into our node, but you can also manage this thing in here. Let me show you. This is managed into our node, but what if we say we want to manage our color space?
Wow.
We want to manage our color space.
Now.
Yeah, we want to manage our color space into this setting. You come here to the color manage. You come in here. This is automatically. When it comes to the automatically like this, and then our outputs, maybe you can choose HDR or what, and then our output is going to be maybe Rec 79 like this. Let me check it up. This HDR. Yeah, maybe like this. So if we're doing this, which means we're going to manage our outputs in here. You see, maybe this one, because this is red, we're going to manage this one, place the red like this. Oh, why it's not happening? You see? It's giving us that Rex over 9 informations, and I just explained about this to my masterclass. I don't know why Boris never pay attention. Maybe you need to go back and watch it. This is how I do.
No, sir. I said that I'm doing things because I saw you doing it, but without understanding deeply.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you guys. You need to know why. You need to know the reason, not to just see. And you can even check. You see, this is automatically, but we can just use manually. Like we costume like this. We go to inputs. Like this one is inputs. This one it is red. Like this one. This is timeline color space. I think timeline color space is going to be Davinci. By this thing, Davinci intermediately, and this is outputs. The output is maybe we're going to put sRGB, and then this output limitation. This is like remitting of gamma like that, like stuff like that. So if you're going to put like that, that is how you manage it automatically. Manually. And then when it comes to this place, is it because you see this project that because we said there you can see the project is you can see this input is this one. When I use set same as timeline, it's giving us Davinci white gamut, but because our input is red, we can use this project like this. This is how we're controlling to the settings. This is mostly advanced way, but to you guys I recommend to use this one to manage this thing to the node, which is you can have a place to control your thing. So this is how we use node like this. Same result, but the difference is this is outputs to the setting. This is we do inside of our settings. So I think my time is up.
I used to have the same issue like who's that, Boris?
Yes.
I used to have the same issue like Boris is talking about with the GH5. I don't know what camera you're using. If you're using a GH5 tends to have some reddish, So until when I I watch Director Kim's tutorial on YouTube, the one that you were just explaining on how to compress the color saturation. So that became a game changer.
Let me tell you one thing, guys, about this thing. For my experience, the way I've been studying the camera behavior, I found most of stuff really getting the what I can call it tonal, something like that. This camera has its tonal. The color space of camera has their tonal. The color sciences, I mean. From my experience, I can say Sony always coming with magenta tone. If you've been shooting with the Sony, Black Magic coming with a greenish tone, red camera coming with a reddish tone. Automatically, wherever you shoot, anywhere you shoot, even you set where you are white balance, you get something very reddish. And I don't know about Black Panasonic because I don't often get its footage mostly. I often getting red, Black Magic, and Sony. Sometimes even Arri Alexa has a little bit of magenta. You know, Arri Alexa and Sony, a little bit coming close to their color sciences. The difference is Arri Alexa is big, but the color mode, the tonal, it's a little bit similar. So I think maybe this is because of manufacturing, the way they did their thing to different their products. So I think when it comes to the color grading and you don't like that thing, you have to do your process. Everything's about process. That's why I told you before, color management is not matter. You can understand perfectly the color management, but your result is going to be dummy as well because you don't know the processes. But to know color management and to know the process is better because you know the protection. But sometimes, guys, I'm telling you, to know too much, knowing things too much is also blocking you.
Yes, that's
yeah.
true.
So you need to know things lessly, and because sometimes when you know things lessly, it's easy for you to break rules, and when you break rules, you do your creativity. So I think the thing that you got there about color management, I think this is enough for you. What you need pay more attention is your process, where you start. Yes.
What is it like? Most a lot of times when I'm trying to make the skin pop, I end up having the colors clipping, and a lot of times I really have a hard time trying to reduce it. How do I do? If we're trying to make, is it because of the contrast, saturation that's make the colors clipping? I don't know why.
Actually, it depends on the footage that you have. Maybe I think that issue we can discuss on privately. You can see, you can give me your results. You can give me that's what's actually giving you a time, so I can understand it perfectly. But mostly, maybe I can say that your footage, if it has a problem like that, or you're processing too much, like stuff like that. Maybe because I don't have anything on screen here, so I don't know actually what you're going through. Guys, I think it's now for the question. My time is already down, guys.
We have never had a session like this really for a very long time. So it's okay if you can give us more time. People they just want
Greatest experience. I can tell you, man.
I know you guys are missing me more, but I promise you guys I will keep coming with this because I had this little bit of problem here, but I fixed it. Right now I'm just good. I'm healthy, and thank God he's he just walking with me through a lot. So next is going to be about, I already posted on group about what type of look that we're going to discuss. So I think maybe you can keep your questions and ask me, or you can ask to the group there. We can discuss it more. But in YouTube, I think we had much time. So thanks very much, guys, for watching this YouTube channel. This is Director Kim. I hope you understand and enjoy the tutorial. I hope you learned something in this tutorial. It was very helpful. Even me, yes.
Are are you gonna have are you gonna post this on YouTube, like having a recorded?
Yeah, actually, we're gonna post on YouTube. All right, so guys, see you guys on next tutorial. If you have a question, you can contact me in my box. I'll be there for you every time you need it. I'm available 24 hours. If you have wanted to know more further about color grading, I have a masterclass. I have product that I sell, loot package, DCT hours, stuff like that. I don't sell plugins. Most of the people come in my box, they want the plug like the ends and stuff like that. I don't sell those things. No. Loot and DCTL only. That thing. See you guys on next chapter.
I need magic.